do it as a hobby. Do it as a hobby and then she was telling me at the same time, I think I'm quite good at makeup, doing artists, doing face makeup. And I said, good idea, go and do the course, start doing makeup. So, you know, it's a question of whether you're prepared for the sacrifices. And I think actually singers who really make the level, you know, the top level, it's a very complicated business. There's a lot of, you know, intrigue. There's a lot of, some people will do anything to get a role. Some people, you know, I'm afraid I'm not one of those. And so you can modify your career, but you have to be careful. As I was saying to my agent, I didn't realize that the agent I don't know why, they obviously didn't like the look of me or something, but they were starting to cut down my work, and I didn't even know it. Or they were pricing me out of the market. There was a CD that my husband and I had put together, and Sony said, we like the idea, South American songs, but the price has got to be right. And we've agreed a price, very good fee for a young artist. And I went off to do a job, and I came back and I heard, oh, Trisha's agent is pricing her out of the market. And then I knew that Sony had chopped my CD out because they doubled the fee. The fee we had agreed, they doubled, and I rang the main boss of that agency, and he started to argue with me, and he said, oh, we have no guarantee. I said, that's not true. I've heard from sources that you have doubled the fee, and you didn't ask me. If you'd asked me, I would have said no. But then I realized that another agency, their singer, got the job. Her CD came through. So I've had a few, you know, things, or intriguing things like that, and then eventually I laid a trap for the agent with a company. They didn't want me to go into America. I remember a couple of jobs that just fell away, and I thought, why? They asked for me, and then they didn't want me anymore. And it's because they'd rather have someone else, maybe someone who looks better, or someone who is, I don't know, maybe more reliable, or what. I thought I was pretty reliable. Yeah, there's influence. There's money, there's all sorts of things. But it's actually an adventure, and I would not regret anything that I've done in this life so far.
Yeah. No, this basically, I've talked to you about this before. It has to do with the odds we face in India. And I was listening to another musician speak to the press, and he was quite negative about classical music ever taking hold in India. And that's something that's being said to me with our music project also. It seems like it's a waste of time. El Sistema has worked in Latin America. It can hold, but India has got its unique culture, and there seems to be always an obstacle that seems to suggest that classical music cannot take hold. And even your students, for example, when they are studying a certain operatic role, you know, your students in England can go and hear it sung in various places. They've got access to our libraries, archives, whatever. And in India, we don't have all of that. So can we surmount that hurdle?
I think you mean Western classical.
Western classical,
Yes,
yeah. I mean Western, yeah.
No, but actually, you know, I feel that we have to educate our millionaires culturally. I think we do. I really feel there are some enlightened people who have money and use it well for culture and art. But actually, all the world over, the moment the economy suffers, the arts is the first thing to be cut, in England as well. And I think it needs people like us to persevere and really make sure that music is given a chance, or the art. I mean, I know that even Indian classical music is suffering because our, you know, people are not really supporting, and I know that the Indian artists are excellent and fantastic at what they do, but it's so hard for young Indian artists to come up. It's like and this is the same in Europe. There are about 5 or 10 musicians who are world class and well known, and because of their name they get to sing everywhere. And the younger artists, it's really hard to get up that extra rung on the ladder to make your presence felt. And you know.
But it comes down to funding at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, my aim and my crusade at the moment is to be connecting with all the millionaires in India and making them aware of how well my singers sing, and hopefully they'll give us a bit of dosh.
Any other questions yet? Well, before we break up, I got an idea as the result of this conversation for a grand fundraising concert in New York, Carnegie Hall, 3,000 people. Patricia and myself will sing. The first half, Patricia will sing, and we will lock the doors. Then I will sing and people will pay to get out.
That's a brilliant idea.
Nandini, we can do it here.
I think so. I need the funds. I need the funds.
Maybe thank Patricia Rozario for the